What's up? Stangem and John in the house on March 15th,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
2023.
Hey, how was that recap video yesterday?
Recap video. I finally found it.
You found it?
Turned out good.
Turned out good. I guess the
Turned out
market
good.
kind of what was on that recap.
Oh, man. I'm telling you what, spot on again. I mean, I don't know what else to say, John. Ain't nobody doing what we do is the only thing I can say over here at Stangem Trading.
We were suspect of that move into the end of the day.
Oh, we were suspect. I told you I wasn't buying the high.
I don't know. That thing was
That was
really big.
bank. Asia sold it. Midnight sold it. London sold it.
Everybody sold it.
Good day, man. Passing out checks everywhere. Check for you, check for me, check for y'all.
Check for everyone. Check here, check there, check everywhere. Check.
Well, let's get in on the chart, see what today happened and what's going to happen.
Start off with a yearly. We love the yearly. I don't know why. I don't know why we're doing the yearly.
I don't know.
Figure out life at the yearly.
Filler. I guess it's filler.
Let's fill it out. Let's see. We still got our big candle, right? Let's go through this quickly on the yearly, and then we'll go into what happened and what we expect for tomorrow. Let's see. Boom. Right back to it, Dobbs. My God. What are we doing here?
We love it down there.
Let's zoom in on this.
They must have a lot of orders down here.
Look at that. Again. Just doesn't want to give up this price until it's just literally, it's tough. It's tough. I think I might have had 64, but it hit dead right there. Oh, and remember, we break that low, and we break that low, we'll come down here, and like we talked about, if we break that low, we're going right to there. And I mean, it's a free fall. I think it's a free fall, but we've discussed this, that the market does not want to sell off. The market wants to go up here and sell, not down there. So right now, what is displaying is what?
Still making higher lows.
Well, let's talk about what it just displayed today, which to me, it doesn't look valid. It really doesn't look valid, but that's the bias that you could grow into. Look what they're doing. Ouch. Ouch.
But, man, what a wick.
And look what they're doing. And look what they're doing, Dobbs. Well, look where they're closing.
On the top side now.
Yeah, okay, let's do another candle. Ouch. Okay, let's take another candle. Ouch. So if we're holding all these halfbacks, we're holding all these halfbacks, and now, right? Now, let's take this high, right? And take this low. Why are we holding the low now? Ouch. There's something going on in the market. Yep, and it don't look right.
That's what we said. I needed to see 24 hold. This low.
Ouch. That looks interesting right there. Because if we hold here, right? If we're holding under here, this might be butter.
And this might be target. Yes, sir.
And then we have a situation because remember, on Thursday last week, this is the candle that came down. This is Thursday's, I think. Yeah, Thursday's action on the way down from these banks, right?
Yep.
This day, it looked like we were doing that scenario, trying to get up here and hold up here. So if we're doing this right here, the possibility is that we're going to be trading up at these highs. And remember, when they start buying, there's no bias in buying. When the feds are intervening, trying to hold the market up, guess what? We're not fighting the feds. We are going with direction. Same thing at the lows today. We could have broke down. We could have gone through that low, right? And gone to that circle down there. But the truth is, at the end of the day, it was a change of heart. And they did it. We go with what the market is doing. We don't go with our bias or with our heart. We trade the chart. Let's go on a time frame, 30 minutes. Let's start it up. Boom. Let's get it there. We knew this move into the close right here. This was a BS move. This was garbage. We knew that. This is literally after 1500, right? We got our range, right? So why is this going up to the highs? Understand that. All day we're selling, all of a sudden, right there, we got a low or high, right? Why are we shooting up? Does this look normal? It does not. It does not. Why? No halfback test.
Mm-mm.
We discussed this. No halfback test. No halfback test. A lot of things happening there. And when do we close out our range? At 1500. So what could have happened here? Could it be the Feds intervening, not letting the market sell off any lower? Because if you take this move down here, right? You take that move. Let's zoom it out a little bit so we can see this. You take this move from here, from that low, and we could possibly be coming down to these lows and sweeping this low. So, you know, the range is there, but once we failed that 64, if we would have failed that 64, 65 area, we're below it here. We could possibly have gone down here. So scenario was there. That move that they moved up was for them to, for other markets to take profit on a market that's already selling down. So what do the Feds do? They buy it up. And then this is not New York right here. This is Asia saying, hey, this is a sell. You guys try to save it. And all they did was run it a little bit up, and then they started selling after midnight.
So what are you trying to say? I scratch your back, you scratch mine?
Yep, exactly. Let's keep the market up. You get paid, and we're okay. So look, into midnight, right? Look at midnight. When does it become a sell? In London's open, right here. It told you a sell. The scenarios were there. Now, say that you're not 100% about this. I think I did this on the last one. I say, hey, you know what? Take the high, take the low. Let's see where we lay at. I mean, if we're not going up and that range looked crazy and we were supposed to go down and this move doesn't look good, where's halfback from London's close range? That was a big range too. Huge range. Huge range. We pulled back a little bit at the beginning of Asia. You could have sold it a little bit and got 5 points here. Got 5 points here.
I got here, added here, got out, somewhere running here.
And you could have just waited into midnight, and after midnight, it became a sell. Like we said in the video, we said possible when the market does this, we're going to do a continuation because they're going to want a higher high, want to sweep these highs. And as soon as they got up to these highs into midnight, look.
Ran out of clock.
Yeah, it ran out of clock. And if you take this high right there, look at that. Went straight to that high, came underneath, can't get above it. Boom, look at just a complete sell-off right here. And if you got London's open right here, what do they do? Halfback failed right there. Woof. I mean, this is a tanking. There was no buying into 5. We got out of range quickly. 5 a.m. was another sell. And we had our Asia range, which we went right through at the bottom, saying that this was breaking out. Into when? Until we got to the bottom here. So we got to 84, and look how we went sideways on 84. There was times that this wasn't holding. Is this a buy when it's tanking like this? Absolutely not. We have to wait for London's close, because after New York's open, it was actually a sell at the open up here at the highs. London's close was also a sell, and literally at the end of the day, they boosted it right above. It looked like it was going to sell off right here, and as soon as it shot up, this is your 1300 candle, and it shot up. And now what's the scenario there? 1300, boom. Where are we at? We swept the lows, swept the lows, swept the lows. 1300 candle. This is the end of the day. Why are we not making any lower lows? Why? Because now look at this. It's holding halfback. So we did what? What we end up doing? We end up doing high.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, go ahead.
This way.
Yeah, that way. And then they flipped it.
Then they flipped it.
They flipped it.
This is
so you can see this with your eyes.
Yes.
They literally flipped it.
See the eyes, and the nose, and a smirk.
That's a Simpson pattern.
That's the
That's why
clown.
it's
That's the happy
important.
face. That's the happy face pattern right there.
I think you heard me when we were down here. I put in the chat. I said, "Listen, we're at the lows, and it's 1300. We should not go above 84. Once it went above 84, you are changing that sentiment. You are looking for whatever the play is doing. Even this was a sell, but then when London's close came back up here, it displayed a sell as well. You're going with the trend. You're not making up anything. You're going with what they're doing at the time. But at this time right here, they changed the whole story up. And if you took this long from halfback all the way to London's close, look, held here, you could have bought into all these
Should have
candles.
been expecting it though, right? Because 1 p.m. we know
It's going to reverse.
is a reversal candle. Very possible.
If we're at the lows and it pops up like that, you better change the sentiment about going the opposite direction.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move to a different chart. So now we see how we're setting up for tonight and the possibility. Let's see what we got today. So we got a tight range. What do I have on this chart? This chart looks bananas. What is all this thing? I'm gonna get rid of this one. Too much things. What is yesterday's range? Let's do today's range. And once again, we failed the 200 EMA again. This is Asia's range, and we got to the bottom side. So this is I'm leaving this Asia range up here for a reason. And realistically, this is yesterday. Yeah, this is yesterday's low. Halfback failed, right? This move up is New York letting Asia sell and London sell. Why? Because look how we went. We went all the way down to lows to sweep. That is not normal for us not to continue. So what was everybody thinking? A sell to continue this move down.
Right here.
Yeah. Ooh. And this was a report that came out. The report came out, right? And look,
it sells down. Shoot up, and it didn't shoot up.
It sold down. So what they do at the open, they send it up. So they send it up back to the price, and then they start selling from that price. So London's closed did the same thing. At the highs, they started selling it. It never got up to the top target, and this was literally supposed this. I mean, any time frame you see is at this is a 30-minute, but any time frame you look at this, it was literally about to fall off a cliff. So if this isn't the Feds stepping in to save the market like this, which is almost the same move. The point with it is that the Feds keep on doing it, right? But guess what? They already took profit on this market. Almost the same move. About, I think I had already the line there.
A little different today, though.
Yeah, a little different.
And we didn't momentum going on.
Yeah.
And you're getting ready to get across and Stangem. A lot of stuff going on right here.
And the other scenario that's happening is that tomorrow is the last day on that contract. So it's going to roll over tomorrow. The Feds are coming in next week on the 21st, 22nd. And what they're discussing is possibly pausing the interest rate hike, which will create a sell-off. But remember, now we're going into news and we're not selling the lows. So what's the possibility that they're going to send it up to the highs? It's very likely that into Friday, we're going to go to the highs, just like the yearly displayed, that we might go up and sweep that high of the daily candle.
Yeah, trying to get everybody on the wrong side right now.
Well, right now they definitely got them on the wrong side. So right now the possibility of holding this low right here gives us incentive to go to that high. Well, let's mark that high.
But
and this will
we kind of need that W pattern though.
Yeah, so we might pull back. We might pull back on Thursday. Nah, I think we pull up and then pull back because it would make more sense.
Yeah, so I'm just saying though, we're gonna make some kind of W pattern. Here,
come back down here to this halfback. Whatever day if we shoot up into tomorrow to that high, we should pull back to a halfback here.
Right.
which will create, I mean, it will kind of look like a W.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be a W.
Can it go all the way down?
It don't have to. It can be a one-legger upper.
Yeah, it has to hold somewhere around here.
Yeah, but yeah, somewhere in here. Yeah.
Or it could be this kind of movement. Yeah, like that. Yep. It could be that right there. We don't care about that day. We care about what's going on tomorrow, the possibility of what they're doing. We held the low, this candle right here from previous day, and we were at the lows. So if they're making this not sell, more likely people are going to say, well, if they're not selling, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy.
And we got wicks. They're buying.
They convince enough people to buy it, and we get above that 200.
So where stops? These wicks, these wicks, these wicks.
Yeah, and that's options because that's how they trade it, off them wicks. So say that, look where price is at. And we held this half back. We're at the highs. So can they just run it up? Yes, they can. They can run this all the way up and sweep that high. That high is all the way up there. Right there. Can they run it up? Yeah, they can. Can we pull back into Asia and then London buy it up? Yes. Another scenario is that we're going to pull back from here, this area, right back here. London buy it up because they're at the lows. Remember, London at the lows is very powerful. London at the lows, same price. Move up, right?
Mm-hmm.
London at the lows, moved up. Look at where the lows are at. Lows here is London. This is London. Where's London right here? This is London. The scenario is London will buy here. Look where London's at.
Mm-hmm.
London's been buying. London's been buying. So if we were to pull back and find ourselves, and London is right here, if we have this same scenario that's been happening for 1, 2, 3 days, at this
accumulating.
This area, they're not selling down here. And the yearly kind of reflects that.
And
so
they're still doing it here.
Yeah, they keep doing the same thing. So if we go on a yearly, let's see where that falls at. Let's go back to that other chart because that chart has it. I'm on ES on that one. So that way they can see this. Because we're looking at a bigger time frame to see what's going on. And then you're going to start seeing that. We're going to look at the price and you're going to see that, oh, these guys are literally buying at the same price. So if they're not selling and they're at that price,
yeah.
Let's just go back to yearly.
They're just wanting to, they're going to move it higher. They're going to come back up into here. Remember what I said, we're making higher lows. They're inching it up.
Yeah, they want it. They want whenever to get to their price, and they're near.
Look, it's going to make a wedge. You know, I don't know what. It's like we got a ceiling here. We keep coming up. We're going to end up making one of them.
It's like wedges. London wants it above the 200 to sell it. See, London here, they try to get it 200. Here, over the 200, they sold it.
I'm on the ES chart.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Here it goes. London here, they try to get it 200, right? At their open. Above it, they sold it. Under it, they bought it. So they're trying to get it back up there. Over it, they sold it. Now we're going back to the scenario, same scenario. If we get to this area and we're under 200, they might buy this, buy it up. And every time they buy it up, where do they go? Back to where they sold it. Right here, they bought it. Boom, up here, right? Next day, they sold it down. Where? To their price.
So where's our half back from right here in this move?
And it's been hitting. But look where we're at. How many times we're going to hit on the bottom side? Look at all this price action down here. All this price, all this time down here.
Yep. Then filling in. We got empty space up here.
And all that empty space, that means that there are orders up here ready to be taken out. And this is when the banks announce that thing. So realistically, if everybody's short on it because of the market, the way that they do it, if everybody's heavy put side and we're coming into a contract rollover and everybody has to exit their position and they're heavy right now and they weren't taking profit on this downside, like here, and then here. And what do we have? We have, I mean, look at it. What do we have, Dawes? We got low, two lows, right?
Yep.
Higher low,
Mm-hmm.
and another low. So look, same price.
And we're above the middle. So
Yes.
that's even better because we swept it,
Yes.
made a higher low.
It is very dangerous how it's looking.
And see what I was talking about, that freaking wedge coming down.
We're wedging heavy.
Looks like a fish. Like a fish.
Oh,
Is that
boy.
a shark? Oh man, we got a new pattern, John. Come up with a new pattern. We got the fish head.
The fish pattern.
Got the fish pattern.
Let's get rid of some of this. The scenario is we're gonna set up. And let's go back and see the setup.
Wow.
And look how it matches up where we might fall back into. We might fall back into this candle. London's closed, right? So if they sell it and it comes down to London's close, will they be able to sell? No, London's open down here. We'll actually buy it up. Now at the highs, I could see it come down. So say that we do have that scenario. We shoot up into Asia. Remember, we still got to come back, but we did hold a half back, which we were looking for on the yearly. It's very dangerous right now to be like, oh, I'm short buys or I'm long buys. It could shoot up like a rocket. It has a lot of liquidity right now because of this contract rollover. So can they sell it all? Can they bring it down? Bring it down to where they took off from, like this area? Yes, they can. Why? Because we didn't. Right here will be a perfect price, or down here. One of the two will be a perfect price to come back to. This is the area they've been buying at. London's open. So can this scenario occur? Yes. We're at the top of New York. Of the London close range, right? And if you take the low and the high, guess where that falls at perfectly? Right there. So the scenario kind of matches up where that area is going to be dangerous. And all the reports are done. They weren't bad reports. In fact, most people are saying that inflation could possibly go down and our last increase could happen. When this increase stops, if they stop increasing interest rates, we will have a drop, but we don't know that until next week. So what would the market position themselves in? At the lows or the highs? At the highs. So everything really falls in line with that, because they're thinking that this scenario with the bank is actually affecting more banks than they assume. So yes, we can have a runner at the end of this week to go to that high down up to that high up there. And guess where it's at, Dobbs? We discussed it before. Halfback is where? 96.
Yep.
What did we hold today?
96.
Where can we pull back to? 96.
96.
Remember, if we would have failed 96, we would have gone to 54. We did not fail. 55. We did not fail. They literally bought it up. This box right here means something. These boxes mean something. This box rolling back into here means something. Well, I took out the box. Oh no, it's right here. But right now we expect a pullback into Asia, come down, and then take off. Can that occur? No, it could literally continue in the trend that is going and then midnight sell it off, and then we're down here. The whole scenario is going to happen when we're down here and possibly maybe go sideways into New York or make its trend up into New York. The way they've been moving price is very volatile to the top side. As you see right here, boom, boom, shoots up. This shot up in 10 minutes, like 20 or 30 points. So they're not selling the lows. It doesn't take long before people say, "Hey, we're not gonna sell anymore. We're just gonna buy." And contract rollovers. And if people are selling on the same contract, guess what? It expires on Friday. So what's going to happen? You're going to have an inequality of puts and calls, and nobody is going to take a put at the lows because they're going to say, "Hey, look what price is doing." So what's most likely going to happen? They're going to flip those calls, those puts into calls, and this thing might shoot up and squeeze anyone that's still short or decides to go short on Friday. And it could just be a extensive move. But the contract rolls over tomorrow, so it could literally run into next week, into this Fed meeting. Now we get under 96, then we're going for the tanking. We're going for the tanking to the downside. We got to play both scenarios. Go under 96, we go for the tanking.
Set up. It's set up.
You got to set up to see what it does at the times that you're trading. But right now, the yearly is looking what we were expecting before. And it made it today. Did it do it cleanly? No, it didn't. Absolutely not. It was not a clean looking chart. It was not perfect. But when anyone looks at this chart in history, right, they're not going to see a day. Why? Because they don't trade it like that. If anyone sees,
I just think they used today to get them final orders in, because with this big wick coming down, they went below every one of these candles, taking stops,
taking all the stops. So anyone that was long is out of the precision. Anyone that was short can be,
or they had to get in higher.
Yeah,
they're out of here. They're out of here. They're out of here.
Yeah,
they might be in here and they might be in here, but they took them out.
So you got to think of it. They're taking the contract. They're taking everybody out of the contract. Even if they don't leave, or they're in it still. When the contract rolls over, this could possibly make a huge move. It could literally come back up here. And going into a Friday, they could squeeze this thing up into the contract. It can do whatever it wants. But that's why we set up. Set up is key. Set up to make sure that you know what you're doing, to see where it's at. We know for a fact if this thing takes off in Asia and it's going and it's above London's close range, it has to close on a bigger time frame for it to go. And it has to break out of what? Asia's range. So if you know how to set up Asia's range, which we have videos on it, and you see it breaking out, you're not going to be shorting this thing. It is very dangerous to the top side right now. Do we expect a pullback? Yeah, but does it have to do it? Absolutely not. It could just shoot up to the moon. It could literally just shoot up all the way up here. It does not have to come back because of what it did on the yearly. And where's that? So take it for granted. Like right now, we're below 200. If London ends up buying this above the 200, you got to forget it. They're not buying no more, and they're not selling anymore, and they're buying. This thing could literally just keep going. That scenario could happen. What we expect is possibly a return into midnight and then going up. They have no rush to do it. But the contracts rolling over is going to start tonight. So this could move a lot. Just be cautious of that.
Yep, be cautious. I tell you what though, I'm not buying the highs like this retail mentality right here. You see this right here? You see my screen, John?
Yeah.
All right, let's play this little short clip, 26 seconds, in case you didn't watch it last night.
Okay, check this out. Bottom of the Caleb zone, right here. I bought calls right here like an idiot. I was chasing. As soon as we cleared this 393, I was like, oh my gosh, we're just gonna go up. We bounced and I got messed up. All right, that was not fun. And people were like saying they lost two, and I felt really bad. All right, so
we do not buy the highs.
What that was yesterday?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
You see these people like
yesterday.
He was buying options, right?
Yesterday, yeah.
Wow.
Bought the high, got burnt, and his whole ring got burnt because he runs a ring. He's got a bunch of subscribers. That's why we don't buy the highs, guys. That's retail mentality.
Oh, he bought that move up into New York. thinking it was gonna break out.
Yep.
And what do? We wait for time.
Wait for time and half back.
Yeah.
Gotta wait for the pullback.
I'll tell you what, after London closed up there, you saw a sell and that thing just sold off.
Tell you what, though, knowing where price is headed is our edge. We know how the market moves. That's the only thing I can say. So it's time for the risk disclosures.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Cause so many time passed by. Don't know why I'm losing my mind. Ego was so strong inside. At this point I just lived a lie. I just lived a lie. I wish I could tell you why. I wish I could feel you again, but I know it's too late, and I know you're away. There's a chance to apologize, nah, nah, nah. It's a goodbye, just a goodbye. Forever and ever, you'll never come back. Just a goodbye, forever goodbye. I sit in my ride, think about you. Drive through the night, I got nothing to lose. Strobe city lights, they can tell me the truth. Tell me what I should do, I got nothing to lose. I got nothing to lose, thinking about you. Drive through the night, I got nothing to lose. Strobe city lights, they can tell me the truth. Tell me what I should do, I got nothing to lose. I sit in my so many time passed by. I saw you last time. This is my last ride. I wish we're gonna see us on the other side.